I want to reassure everybody that this is a country with tremendous potential, We have no excuses for why we can't do better for ourselves in the coming years as a result, and that's what I came to government to do, is to help New Zealand realise its potential. I know that's why Nicola's here. I'm excited about the possibility of what she's going to do in this new portfolio and this new responsibility, but we've got to work together to go get the country that we want together. It's really about making sure we put growth as our number one job for this government as we go forward, and for me it's everything that is the most important thing that we have to deliver. Why do we have to do that? Because that's the thing that actually enables Kiwis to be able to move ahead, to be able to get ahead, to do well for themselves, to have a better quality of living, to get better public services. So I want everything this year focused on unleashing growth. As I spoke to Kiwis over summer, the message was really clear. They want this government focused on economic growth. They want to know that there's a future for their kids and their grandkids in this country. We have an exciting plan that we'll unleash over the next few days and weeks, and you'll hear more about it. But I think that is part of what we want to do. We want to realise the great future and potential in this country.
It's a new portfolio because economic development is constrained to its current mandate. The economic growth portfolio that the Prime Minister has given me will give me departmental responsibility for the Ministry for Business, Innovation and Employment. But beyond that, I now have a mandate to lead a group of ministers across government with a singular focus. How do we grow the economy faster? And I intend to set very clear expectations for when changes will be delivered, how we will prioritise and make sure the resources of government are going where they can make the biggest difference. We are a pro-growth government. We're up for big changes. We know that it is growth that will deliver the wealth that will mean that New Zealanders can have the hospital services, education services, infrastructure that they deserve. And I reckon New Zealand's got the goods. We are abundantly blessed with resources. We have very smart people, and so our job is to cook with gas, to unblock the barriers that have been there in some cases for decades. And I know that New Zealand's up for it, so I'm going to work with New Zealand to deliver that agenda across many portfolios, across many ministers, but I'll stand up and be the one driving it. Fundamentally, it's about saying, how do we unlock the potential the country has so that people feel there are better prospects ahead? My concern is that New Zealanders would see the downturn we have experienced in recent years after very poor economic mismanagement by the past government and think that that's as good as it gets. My task and what I want to measure myself by is that people feel more optimistic and confident about our future.
New Zealanders are playing back very clearly. They want our government focused on economic growth. Why? That's how they get ahead. That's how we set up a great future for our kids and our grandkids. When I come back from overseas, I did it after I come back from UAE again just last week, and I thought, man, this country has fantastic potential. We are bang smack in the middle of the most dynamic region in the world. We have everything going for us. We have everything we need. But man, I want to lift with intensity our ambition and aspiration. Why? I want a higher quality of life for every New Zealander, so they get more choices, more freedom about what they get to do. And young New Zealanders say, if I work hard, I can get ahead. I live in a society that's safer. I can educate my kids well and my parents can get great health care. That's got to be the job of our government, and that's what we are just ruthlessly obsessed and focused on. Well, the big winners of this will be Māori and non-Māori, because they're going to have a government that's even more focused on economic growth, because Māori want to have higher paying jobs, Māori want to have better housing, Māori want to have better educational outcomes, they want to feel safer, and this is a government that's very focused on that. And so anything that drives and makes New Zealand a much richer place, which is what we've got to be focused on doing. Why? So that's how New Zealanders get a higher quality of life. And whether you're Māori or non-Māori, it's the same deal. There's two things we're doing in this reshuffle. Job number one is to make sure we are growth, and it's about the economic growth agenda. The second part is to make sure that we focus on healthcare delivery. And whether you're Māori or non-Māori, we want to see improved outcomes. What we need is the skills that Simeon Brown brings, which is delivery and execution. And I want him to bring that into our healthcare system. Why do I want that? Because at the end of the day, for Kiwis, what they need our healthcare system to do is to be able to get that visit with a GP for their young kid. They need to make sure their parents can get their knee replacement. They need to get access to those cancer drugs. That's what matters to them, and Simeon's track record in transport and delivering on those priorities is going to be really what we need now. But that's what New Zealanders want out of their healthcare system. We have put record resources into the healthcare system, $17 billion more. We've hired 3,000 more nurses. We've got a big focus with a commissioner with a real clear priority about delivering outcomes. We've delivered on cancer drugs, we've put money into the system. So now the question is, how do we, after all those resources, how do we deliver the outcomes that regular New Zealanders want us to deliver out of healthcare? And delivery for them is pretty basic. As I said, it is the basics of, can I see my GP? Can I get through an emergency department? Can I access the first specialist? Can I get that elective surgery done? Can I get faster treatment with cancer treatments? And so, that's what they want us to do. And I just think Simeon Brown has a proven track record, as you've seen in transport, but also in every other assignment we've given him, that actually that's the skill set that we need for right now. Thanks, team.
Thank you.
See ya.